Wanderers, welcome to the Wandering Dutchman podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by the Gaslight of Huntingburg, Indiana.
We are entering the spring season, and that means we are all busy running kids to sporting events or busy with outside choring. During this busy season, we don't have time to cook, so let our friends at the Gaslight feed you. Whether you're looking for appetizers and sandwiches or their delicious tavern-style pizzas, let the Gaslight feed you tonight. Even if you aren't busy, the weather is just right to get back outside. Venture up to 4th Street in Huntingburg and see our friends at the Gaslight. Don't forget about their bar catering services or fundraisers offered by the Gaslight either.
The Wandering Dutchman podcast,
where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wandering Dutchman podcast, coming to you from, that's right, Smoker's Lounge.
Wandering Dutchman. Yeah. The Wandering Dutchman. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Wandering Dutchman podcast, coming to you from your friendly local neighborhood Smokers Lounge. We are brought to you by our buddy John Songer and the Gaslight up there on historic 4th Street in Huntingburg, the very same streets that our buddy Big Mace keeps well maintained.
That's right.
Don't tag my name with 4th Street.
Sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to. Happy Friday to you. Hopefully you've made it through the week. If you're listening to us on a Friday, we hope you have a good one and you got a good weekend planned. If you're listening to us any other time, we hope you have a good day no matter what. We're here in the lounge today for a little Friday fun. Talk about whatever we're wondering about. Hopefully things are going well in your neck of the woods because we got, we're kind of getting outside of the little southern Indiana bubble. We got some friends down in Kentucky and Georgia and Illinois and
Texas
and Tennessee and Florida, man. Some in Ohio, I'm sure. Wherever you're listening, we appreciate it. Be a big friend of ours. Tell 10 other friends to go ahead and like, follow, subscribe.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. But we're here, little Friday. Anything we're looking forward to, fellas?
Hopefully, by the time this comes out, the next episode will have an update on like an ETA on the pool being rebuilt. The teaser days, I know we're not through cold. We're going to have a couple more cold spells. But these teaser days, like I think tomorrow's supposed to be high 70s in real time.
Yep.
I'm ready for the pool. I'm ready to let the fat fly, float on my back, look at the stars, drink a bottle of vino. And
you had any of the vino lately?
No, I need to get my big ass to Walmart. And now I did find out, so wine and like craft beer, I think can be delivered. So I'm thinking that with the Walmart delivery, I may be able to order me a couple cases of that winemaker's choice semi-sweet red that I like so much.
This is going to be, go ahead and like timestamp this, that whenever we find out that he's able to get wine delivered from Walmart,
Katie bar the door.
Everybody's going to ask like, well, what happened to that David Smoker? Like what happened? Well, found out Walmart delivered wine to the front door and
he said it was going to be the last 10 years. It just rushed it forward a little bit. Died with a smile and rosy cheeks.
As he drowned in his so beloved pool. Hope not. Practice safe swimming.
There's probably worse ways to go than pickled in your pool and looking at the stars.
I guess that's true. That is true. There's nothing too much about that. Big fella, what about you?
No, just gonna be a shitty weekend, like weather-wise.
Oh, in real time, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your good day tomorrow leads to, think some severe weather, maybe in real time Sunday and Saturday, maybe.
Well, I got some old college buddies that are one from up north of my hometown, and he's down visiting a buddy that lives over in Salem neck of the woods.
Yeah,
for spring break, and they're camping out there at his property. And I was thinking, man, I've been gone all week. I'm kind of a homebody. And I just want to hang out in the lounge. There's going to be shitty weather. I may have to zip on over there and hang out with my buddies a little bit and check out Salem. I ain't never been over there too much for too long. But I always had some good times with them folks.
If they're camping, why would you want to go?
Well, they're camping at his house. Kind of like camping
They
here.
pitched tent in the basement.
No, I think old Max and his family came down. They just
We used
brought
to
the
camp
camper.
in my grandparents' basement.
Really?
Yeah, but build little forts under the steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never spent much time in Salem, but Salem Motor Speedway over there, they do a little racing over there. Attaboy.
Yeah, racing. Sorry, I was bug flicking.
Yeah. But Salem Motor Speedway
Bug
that
looks
way.
like a bean.
But yeah, I can't tell you when last
I don't know
time
if
was
he's actually
Salem.
in Salem, or just that way. I don't know if he lives way out off the beaten path, and went to pick him up for a funeral. Last time I seen him, probably said we're gonna hang out other than funerals, because that's the only time we both.
Where was
been
the
together.
funeral at? You drove all the way over to Salem to pick him up, take him to a funeral?
North Manchester, way up in northeastern Indiana.
Oh. That makes
Yep.
sense then.
Yep, Brother Dan, when he passed, we went up there and, shin-dug for the weekend.
That's no young guy or older guy?
My age. This has been 3 years ago, babe? 4 years ago?
That's no good.
No.
It's no good at all.
Was that the fat man?
Nope.
Fat Man was from like Terre Haute, Brazil area, right?
Yep. The Hammer, not the Hammer from here, but the Hammer from there. Same name. Different guy. Good dude. Real good dude.
That's
Salt
a
of the
shame.
earth.
That's a shame.
Mm.
Yeah, well,
That is. So nothing on your plate, huh, big fella?
No.
Oh, clean it all. Gonna get dessert.
Clean Plate Club, huh?
No, I mean I don't know. I don't have anything planned. I just nothing no.
You're simplifying your life, huh?
It sounds real zen.
Yeah.
Not like the nicotine zen.
That's what you want to call it.
Zen as in centering yourself.
Yeah, your chakra.
Chakra. You're going to start wearing them baggy clothes and playing that little,
Yeah.
that what is that thing?
Didgeridoo. Oh, no, the didgeridoo's the
Dude's
thing.
Australia.
You gonna have a little rock garden? Little sand garden?
No.
We should put a big sand garden out here.
What the hell are you going to do with a
It'd just
giant
be
litter
full of
box?
cat shit.
I'd probably get a big rake and drill dicks in it for everybody driving by the highway.
There you go. I support it for you, buddy. Whatever you want to do, I guess. I support it. It was kind of nice in real time tonight. The missus and I went out and had dinner. The kids are up at her mom's, terrorizing her.
Where'd you go?
Well, we were up on 4th Street. We got nothing going on this weekend, but I think the old dance season gets started here soon, every weekend in April, except for Easter, which is coming up. Zoe's in dance.
Oh.
Yeah. It's, little extracurricular activity.
yeah. You gotta
But
do Now, are you off tomorrow?
I'm always off if I want to be.
Attaboy. I hope we get to golf.
Well, thought we were going to work some in detail. I did get to play golf this week.
I haven't played yet, but I'm feeling real good about it.
It was a little, I don't like playing, this sounds really like finicky, but I don't like playing on wet courses. And they're all pretty soft and soggy right now. Because somebody was talking about it. They went out and played at Huntingburg, and they said it was pretty wet.
Now, see, I didn't know. I thought you guys got a bunch of rain this week, but I took the buggy on a few laps around the neighborhood today.
You haven't talked about the buggy much. Is it kind of...
I got
Newness is wearing it.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what it is. I went and had it serviced and asked that old boy how often he'd have me. She's like, every 1,000 miles. I'm like, well, shit, I can't come in here every 2.5 months to have this done. So I've tried to scale back a little bit.
Won't be long to be a for sale sign out there.
No,
and they'll be
hell
buying something
no.
else.
No,
They'll
I
be
like
having
it
an
too
RV
much.
pull up here on Smoker's Hill.
Fuck
Nah.
That's what it'll be
A
next.
couple horses and a buggy.
Winnebago will be up here.
No, if I get a Winnebago, it's so I can pull the buggy.
Gonna go all out, huh?
I'd like the warden. She's not on board.
Well, you
for-
can't have those buggies at those type of camping spots.
But anywhere in West Virginia, like all those kind of camping spots, you can.
Yeah, but then you gotta drive to West Virginia.
How often you gonna want to drive to West Virginia to take your buggy along?
Yeah, when you gonna go to West Virginia?
Sounds
Now,
like you haven't
guys-
thought this out.
No, you guys haven't paid attention to our episodes. You telling me you're going to put me in a 45-foot long rig with air horns and think I ain't going to drive it all over the place? I'll have this whole ass stereo in there shaking the rust off all the yoders going by the Iowa.
He'll drive that Winnebago to work.
You damn right I will. Good grief.
Hey, Dave, where's your truck at? Don't drive it anymore. Just
Sold
the
it.
Winnebago
Sold it.
thing that gets 8 miles to a gallon.
Got this 35-footer.
Yeah.
475 horsepower. Get the out of my way.
When I'm feeling a little down and out, I just go sit out my Winnebago.
I could go home for lunch every day to my home away from home. Put the awning out.
I
get
can
out
see you
the
doing
grill.
like an underground like poker ring in the
This
Winnebago.
is sounding a lot better as we speak.
Yeah. Dave, I support you buying a Winnebago.
Hell yeah. I don't know if I could do the whole 45-footer. I don't know if my pockets are that deep. But I bet I could get one of those.
Bank's got all kinds of money.
Me and Mrs. Smoker one time, we was camping out there at Lincoln. And somebody pulled in a Chateau. It's like a Ford F-550, the cab over units.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Class
we could have
Cs.
us a Smoker Chateau right there. Still has the automatic levelers, slide outs everywhere, but it's probably only a 23-footer. But it's still pull a buggy.
Oh, yeah.
Still get air horns.
Stabbing cabin.
That's right.
Would you name your RV?
Yeah, if I was a drivable one.
The
hell
pussy
yeah.
mangler. There was a guy. Never mind. There was a guy I used to work with. We were trying to come up with a name for his boat. And that was one of the names that got thrown out there, the pussy mangler.
Me and Jenna, when we had our boat, she put out a Facebook poll because we had two good names, Smoke on the Water, because smokers, but I really liked Trash Sea Lady. Like Trashy Lady, you know what I'm talking about?
So would the C be just like a C or like SEAE?
That's the one.
SEAE. SEA, not SEAE.
So Trashy
Sorry.
Lady. Because it was a nice pontoon boat, but she had some miles on her. She'd been around the block.
I don't know if it would have held all three of us.
It had held all three of us for sure.
Yeah, and then we would have sank in the middle of Patoka.
No, we had some people on that boat. We took her down there to the big water, Kentucky Lake,
Yeah?
and that Cumberland River.
Yeah.
Big boats. I thought for sure I knew how the right of way worked. Turns out I did not, but I was trying to get hit.
Big boats got the right of way.
Well, like this one's they go, and I was telling them to throttle down because I'm coming through. And like I knew that I had
telling
the
them
right of
to
way.
throttle down.
Standing up, holding my beer, flipping them off, throttle down, mother. And they just wouldn't. Then I looked it up on the internet. I'm like, I'll be goddamned.
You know, the cool thing there,
I don't understand what you're speaking of.
these big coal barges running down through
No,
there, and
the
he's
right-
telling them to slow down.
So if you're heading west, I can't remember port and starboard anymore. But basically, if it's on your right and somebody's crossing you from your right, they have the right of way. Now, if somebody's coming from the left, then you have the right of way. You know what I'm saying? As the way the boat travels.
See, this is why I don't have a boat. I'd be a terrible sea captain.
We beached that fucker we left this gas station. We had like a $700,000 cigarette boat in front of us. This dude got out with his like 3 girlfriends, and he spent more in fuel than my boat cost. And there was
You
I didn't
drive
know this
around the
at-
world from port to port.
I didn't know it, but customs agents are down there because you can get into there from like.
Every time I come,
International
I produce a quart.
But so I was like, we got to get out of here. And it was real busy. I'd had a couple. And all the boats are going this way. And I see this just wide open channel. I'm like, guys, we are going that way. And we just hammer down an old Smoke on the Water. And then next thing you know, we stop. Water comes over the front. All the coolers that were in the boat are floating outside the boat. And the gal that was with us, we had another couple with us. It was an adult weekend, you know. She says, I'll jump out. I'll get him. And she jumps out off the boat thinking she's going to like jump into the water. And she hit the ground and it wasn't 7 inches over her ankles. So that's why there wasn't no boats there. like we beached it right there on the sandbar. So then we had to go chase all the coolers and life jackets down that were floating out to sea. And there's 400 boats. You think they'd have been like, hey man, slow down. Cause we were, you're going as fast as that boat with all 16 MPHs. We were We had the thing to the wood. We were full trim and just wind in our hair. We had the "Don't Tread on Me" and the American flag just a whipping in the wind, and beached it.
Some people post. Oh, there's some dumb hillbilly that doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground.
Hey, Larry,
They won't let-
you're going to want to come
hey,
up here and look
watch
at
this,
this. Hey, come here and look at this guy. Watch this shit.
Somebody
For heaven's sakes, look at these f***ing idiots.
somebody had their phone out, and you're like an internet meme. You don't even realize. The boys at the Kentucky State Pen probably enjoyed that.
Now, we spent a good portion of the day right across from the Kentucky State Pen, just floating. I felt a little guilty about it.
Yeah, because
Like
that's
them poor
death row.
bastards are in there looking out the windows. They're
Death
in this
row.
little cove that nobody was in. It was just four of us. We were out there just slamming beers. Like, it was about the most American thing you could do on that day. And I was like, oh, sorry,
I
bastard.
do like drinking beer on a boat, man. And,
You want-
and eating cold chicken strips.
You want to know do you know why? Like, because everybody thinks, like, why is the Kentucky Pen on this $1 million property? Turns out that was all swamp area when they originally did it.
Till
So they
flooded it.
they put the prison out there because it was the swamp, and then somebody came along with the great idea that we just start damming some things up and we can make this a nice lake, and then that's how that ended up being right there on the water. But it's death row for them there in the state of Kentucky. Although I can't tell you when the last time Kentucky executed one, but
Well, sometimes they got to pay their dues before they get to meet their maker, you know?
But I looked it up because I was like, why would you build a prison right here where you could build, you got $1 million lots? And then it was like, prison was there way before we flooded up the valley.
Yeah, it'd been there for a hot minute.
Yeah.
It had some age on it. Looks
Yeah.
good still.
Yeah. Well,
As
those
far as
old
prisons
historic
go.
buildings like that, those are pretty cool. But yeah, we got getting back here on task. We got nothing planned, nothing going on. We're just going to ride it out till we get to May and get summer going and
Hell yeah.
complain about how hot it is. But before we get into it, our friends over there at Hopf Outdoor Power want to talk to you.
We've been saying for a while now that grass mowing season is upon us. If you went out to the shed and last year's mower is now destined for a quick sale on Marketplace, you need to head to Hopf Outdoor Power for your next mower. Good news, they're having the Ultimate Cub Cadet Sales event going on now through May 15th. Head over to Hopf Outdoor Power today and happy shopping.
All right, big fella, we got.
So I said last week, I said on Wednesday that Justine and I went to Evansville this week to pick up that bathtub, and it was the craziest thing. I don't know if it's just that I haven't been to Evansville in a long time, which I hadn't. I don't think I have. Well, that's not true. Anyway, I noticed in that particular trip a plethora of personalized license plates on vehicles. I think we've seen four different ones in just one quick, down and back. We went to Lowe's and we went to Chipotle
Where'd you get Chipotle?
Garbage, I imagine.
in Evansville.
No, what did you get?
Chipotle is my life. Do you not like Chipotle?
It's just rice
No, it ain't.
and beans.
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, I'm not a fan.
Do you like Qdoba?
Nope.
Whatever.
Qdoba's good. We used to go to Qdoba all the time.
Yeah, I'm definitely more, after going to Chipotle, I'm definitely more Team Dobes than I am Team Chipotle. And it's strictly because the cheese is gritty.
Where?
Like Chipotle's cheese, their queso is like gritty. Like it's not good. And like Dobes' cheese is f***ing fire, bro. That shit slaps.
Yeah, bro.
Skibbity doodah.
That is what Chipotle's cheese is, skibbity.
Oh.
Oh, Skibbity's bad?
Yeah. Skibbity toilet. Yeah. So anyway, we noticed, so when we were and I seen a shit ton of fucking Z06 Mustangs, or Z06 Corvettes.
Yeah.
Two of them, a white one and a red one. And the first red one we saw, so the first personalized vehicle that we had saw, license plate, was a Jeep Gladiator that was jacked up, all gay-like. And it had the license plate Trouble.
like actually spelled out?
Trouble. Trouble. That was what their license plate said. Indiana license plate. Trouble.
Why?
The next we saw was one of those Corvettes that had like red ground effect lights all over it.
Mm-hmm.
And its license plate was Red Storm.
Oh,
Red space STRM. Red Storm.
could be Strom.
Strom. Could have been Stromboli. Yeah, you're right.
Probably Storm. I'm going to speculate on the vehicle there.
Mm-hmm. And then the other two are kind of foggy. I can't remember what the other two were. Like personalized.
I always wanted personalized.
I did too.
Really?
Mhm.
After watching Smoking the Bandit, it was like Bandit 1. But I'm pretty sure if I put Smoke 1 on my vehicle, I get pulled over a lot.
Well, that's the whole thing with the personalized license plates. Like people are going to remember that. Like Big Fella here recalled that from memory like that. So if you commit a crime or there's something happens, I mean, you're easily, it's kind of like it's been a while, but
Schwing's got one on his Jeep. It's Hammer. HAMM, and then I think the E is a 3, so it's backwards and then an R.
That's creative.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been into it because to me that makes
I wanted to
stick
get
out.
one. I wanted to get one that said, well, Cesar told me I should get one that says Gordo. But remember, I think I might have talked about that. I wanted to get one that said Gordo.
Not on the show.
And I was going to do it, and then Justine's like, absolutely not. I'm not driving a car that's got Gordo on a license plate, because if I pull up somewhere and it says Gordo,
Kick the door open.
yeah, like what the anyway.
But I mean that cost more
Yeah.
for the personalized.
Yeah.
But then you always remember it, like when they're like, "Oh, the license plate 27T 46."
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen,
I
if you're
have no idea
driving
what-
a gray Honda Odyssey, license plate Gordo,
Yeah, you'll know it's
One.
you. You'll know.
Indiana 19A Gordo 1.
You know.
You know what I mean? Like, where'd you,
Well, and then
where'd
everybody
you park now, dipshit? You know what I mean?
everybody stops to wait to see who the guy that hops up to run outside.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I have always wanted one too, but I've never done it. I mean, I do vanity plates. Like I have the conservation one.
Ooh, save some air for the rest.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Here it comes.
That was
Your
a double
turn.
decker. We both did.
Gonna
Your
fight
turn.
it.
Your
Gonna
turn.
fight it. Gonna fight it.
Doing good.
Don't do it. That's not fair.
What the was that? Are you gleeking and all?
Yeah, every time I yawn, I gleek. I can gleek.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
want some more?
Inappropriate.
No, good. So what if you had to do one now? What would you do?
I think I'd do like Smoker 1. Like I thought that'd be cool for all our vehicles.
Like
to be
Smoker SMOKER 1. That's 7. That you can do it.
Can you? I didn't know if you
I think
could or not.
7's the cutoff.
Yeah, if nobody else has it, like somebody else could be a smoker one. Then you could just no, because I was thinking about
So I was trying to yawn quietly.
He's fighting the yawn over.
smoker one. What would you do? Would Gordo be it?
I think so. Yeah.
I have no idea. Like it just isn't up my
Maybe
alley.
I'd just do BDD.
You don't think somebody else has thought about that?
You should do Linderman. LINDRMN.
Yeah,
Linderman.
yeah. Or like such a team player, like I'd do like DUTCHMN. Oh, DUTCHMN.
That's 6.
7.
I'd probably do, yeah. Dutchmen.
Ditchman.
Guys, I'm sweating.
Spreckensy Dick.
Spreckens a dick.
That would be. Yeah, I don't know. I just, it was wild that you see him every now and then. You know what I mean? But for her and I to just noticed randomly, we noticed 4 different ones in traffic.
I just think it's cost prohibitive.
I don't know. I can't remember what 3 and 4. I just remember Trouble and Red Storm. I thought you said the one said something about dicks. DK something. Yeah, I don't remember.
What
They just like
so you
donkey
so you have a conservation vanity plate. We've got a UE one on the Nissan. It's a UE plate. That's the only money I give back to the University of Evansville.
We roll the "In
distinguished
God We
alumni.
Trust" plates around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of good vanity plates out there. I think the vanity plate costs what, $20 extra?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but there's some good ones out there. You kind of know, do you prejudge somebody by their vanity plate or what it would be?
Totally. I did that night. Yeah. Because I was like, look at these douche hammers. You know what I mean? Like,
Immediately, will you stop?
I can't help it, guys. Oxygen's getting sucked up by all these goddamn ladybugs.
Mark's going to note that one down on
it
your
is
chart.
kind of a horde. We do have some sort of horde.
They just came out of the woodwork.
Yeah, literally.
Literally came out of the woodwork.
Literally.
All right, fellas. So,
NFH, that would be mine.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing's here.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. So here's where we're at. I was scrolling the X app, and I came across a tweet that sparked some thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And the tweet simply was, what has gradually disappeared over the last 10 years without people really noticing? And so I started to think about it for a little bit, and I was like, that's a pretty good thought. And some of them, like, morals have disappeared, butterflies and bees, like, we get it. Toll booths on highways. But then there was some where it was like the ability to just be bored. Like, it's okay not to have something to do. You know what I mean? Like, not only for us, but like our kids, like, to be bored. Somebody commented pubic hair, ball washers on golf courses.
Those are still there.
Quality fast food. Either my standards have improved or McDonald's has gotten worse. I don't know.
VHS tapes.
Books with worn spines and scribbled margins. Long phone calls without a reason. Neighbors who knock just to say hi.
Oh, we got those around here.
Childhoods without a digital trail.
Mm.
And eye contact that lingers without distraction. Privacy. My hairline. The missing kids on the back of milk jugs.
Oh, yeah. They don't print that shit on cartons anymore.
Wall clocks. Some guy, Tom here, said common sense. And then another person had like a long laundry list. Customer service, high heels, inconvenience, common sense, boring politicians.
I literally almost did customer service for my topic today.
Respectful disagreements. Original movies. I could get behind that. Malls, movie stars, newscasters. But I don't know. I just thought about it. So, like, what have you noticed in the last 10 years that really has gradually disappeared that nobody's like, man, do you remember the last time this or that?
Blockbuster.
I was going to say, this was
Blockbuster wasn't around 10 years ago.
This was a question in the morning brain teaser the other day. It said, like, the number two saying, like, the phrase is no longer, like, this phrase is no longer used. Like, it's completely extinct. Like, nobody ever says it anymore. And they gave the number two phrase, which I can't remember what it was, and they were looking for the number one. And number one phrase was be kind and rewind.
Yep. Now, just as we're talking through this, I haven't put much thought into it, but I feel like breath mints, breath spray, Listerine strips, like there used to be a lot of focus on fresh breathness.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that's a thing anymore.
It's because it's a digital world. Everybody does Zooms and Skypes, and I feel like that Banaka and all that bullshit, like that ship's sailed.
Like, you remember
yeah.
Like, I know they still make some.
I used it.
Yeah.
One of them here, people who don't get offended. I think that, like, when you think about that, 2015, if you go back in history, because that's 10 years, so that's the end of President Obama's second term, right? So I would say maybe even longer than that, but people are so easily offended about anything anymore. It's unreal.
Like, is it? I know we don't talk about politics, but is it that woke thing? Like, is that where the safe spaces and the snowflakes and all that?
Could be. How about the used to leave the grocery store or wherever you was at, and they'd have like the little put in your 50 cents, and the horse is like.
Meyer still got one for a penny.
Really?
Yeah.
A penny.
Yeah. And then there's a little cup of pennies there. When we go to Meyer and go shopping, the kids, they like to get, the horse has got a name, but I don't remember it.
Black Beauty.
No, it's not Black Beauty. It's like Sam or something like that. So I don't know. It was kind of thought provoking in a sense of
Yeah, I like
you
it.
don't notice what's gradually disappeared.
Rand McNally. You don't find very many maps
Atlas.
anymore.
Atlas.
Yeah. I know one person that does.
Frank Lindemann.
Old Papa Frank.
Yeah.
Old Papa Frank's got one, and if I'm speculating, he's probably going to look right down to his right-hand side of the old easy chair where it sits, unless one of my children has destroyed it. And if that's the case, Dad, I'm sorry.
So as recent as I'm going to say 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe 4, less than 5. Friend of the program, my partner in crime, Mr. Christian James Schwinghammer.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his father and mother and wife took a trip to Michigan to a wedding
Yeah.
to one of their close it's actually one of Schwing's little brother's best buddies. And when Paul picked him up, Chris's dad picked him up to go, like he had the old MapQuest printouts
Yeah.
like ready to go for the whole way from Holland.
That's tough.
Or Huntingburg to Michigan.
Here's one that's
CDs.
CDs. Here's one that's a big one. Normal human interaction not involving screens.
I mean, it's definitely less, but I feel like we do lots of human interacting in our neighborhood, not our neighborhood, our community.
I would say maybe amongst the adults, but when it comes to like kids, and I have the experience of coaching these 7th and 8th grade kids.
Yeah,
They're awkward little bastards.
It is very tough to communicate with a kid at that
They're
age.
very awkward.
Because if you like, I can tell we do it all the time. We'll explain it. We'll talk about it. Any questions? No. First time we will do it, it'll be completely wrong. And it's some of it is, they're young, they're learning and doing all that stuff. But a lot of times it's repeated stuff where it's just, I don't know, but they'll text, they'll do that, and then they'd sit in a room and not talk to each other.
I think my son is not very good at it. We were just at a restaurant the other day and like trying to get him to order his food. We went to Hooters the other night.
Attaboy.
And trying to get him to like order his sandwich or what he wanted from Hooters. And the girl, which I don't think he was like off put, because our waitress was like, she was attractive, but not like
65 and 7 kids
no,
later.
it was not. No. But like, I don't think he was off put by like her appearance or anything. But he's like, "Oh, I'll have the Western burger with fries and and cheese sauce or whatever." And I'm like, Max, God, speak up. You know what I mean? Like, good grief. But I feel like a lot of those kids, they're used to like not like interacting one-on-one, you know? So that, I don't know. It's kind of cringy watching our kids try to like order their own food.
Is it like
or
a situation where kids are so used to being talked at instead of talked with?
Right.
That
no, because Wesley can talk loud on his headset, but like if I try to talk to him, he's like,
"Oh, I know. That's how Max is." And I say, "Huh?" Like, "What'd you say? Huh?" So many times, and then he'll be like, "Why can nobody hear me?" And I'm like, "Bro, because you're mumbling.
Yeah,
like
get
I
the
can't,
marshmallows out of your
hear.
mouth.
I'm sorry, Max. Like I don't have the best hearing in the world, but like you are like literally mumbling. Like I can't understand what you're saying."
Weston's always looking like he'll never look at you to talk.
Oh,
exactly.
And you're like,
oh, good. I thought it was just me.
No, it's
No,
him.
no,
He's bad about it.
yeah, and it's like, dude, you got to look at me when you're talking because when you talk to the floor, your feet are here.
Yeah,
I am not.
Yeah, it's tough. And I've noticed it was the other night at St. Henry. Blake Vonderheide was talking across the table, and I could not.
Oh, because he's soft spoken anyway. Like he's
Well, there's the background noise, and it's like I told Janelle the other day. I was like, if there's background noise or like a lot of people,
oh man,
I can't hear for
No.
shit anymore.
No.
I think I'm starting to get old.
You know, and have to get the bell tones.
But here's another thing I was wondering about, kind of off of this, but with like everybody's got like an earbud in or 2 earbuds in. And I saw a lady at work the other day. I think she was either doing in-room dining or she was coming back from a dish run.
Yeah, come back.
And she had her phone on the cart, watching her phone, 2 earbuds in, just strolling down. And I was wondering, we talk about this, kids got no attention span. They got none of this or they got none of that. Is it not like the reality, like kind of like one of those comments was like just people just being bored.
Sure.
Like you can't just walk down a hallway without feeling the need to do something.
I hate trying to do anything. Like I can wear one earbud. Like if I'm zoned out and want to listen to music, I'll wear like the airplane today, just because it's like
You didn't raw dog the flight?
I did while I was reading.
That's not raw dogging the flight. You've never seen those online?
I have.
Where these guys where they'll just like 4-hour flight, just gonna sit here. No music, no books, no reading material, no entertainment, and just sit there.
I guess you could.
It's a thing. It's like a trend.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Raw dogging flights. I've
Yeah.
seen that.
okay.
So
I don't do it.
yeah, I need to be entertained, especially sitting on a plane because I got a lot of other
Are you not
distracting thoughts.
entertained?
That's
The
true.
warden says I do raw dog flights, and I talk to everybody on board.
I never met a stranger. It's a good thing. We can communicate with people.
Yeah.
It's a positive. It's a
Apparently,
positive
apparently
trait.
it's not.
Oh, well, what does she know?
Yeah. Dave,
We're
before
gonna-
we get to your topic, can we take a break?
Yeah. New sponsor alert. The Rugged Foot on 4th Street in Huntingburg is the latest, and they are a good one. The Rugged Foot is a local small business that deserves our support. They carry men's and women's boots with different styles and brands for each. Right now, they have a special going on where if you purchase a pair of men's dry shod rubber boots, you get a women's pair 40% off.
All right, brother Dave. Now that we've taken a quick pause, what's up?
Well, so they mowed at work the other day. Like we have somebody comes and mows a little bit of grass we have.
With the one strip out by the
There's
sidewalk.
more than one, but but I got the smell of that fresh cut grass.
Ooh.
It was like 68 degrees that day. It
Ooh.
was a nice one. But I know we're going to get more cold weather, and the vehicles are going to frost probably at least 1 or 2 more times.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to rush it. But my neighbor over here to the south mowed probably a week and a half ago, and 2 weeks ago. But I feel like it's too early. Like you wouldn't tell that I mowed. I got some yard onions or whatever you call
That's
it.
That's all they're doing is knocking the onions down. That's it.
So you
That's
guys haven't
you're
mowed yet?
No. No.
No.
I don't think it's time. I think I got 3 or 4 more weeks to wait. But I think I've just been
95% of the people that are mowing right now are retired.
math checks out.
They are retired because
that or
there's a
they're that
lot.
type A
We've seen a
clean vehicle
lot of
freak.
old fogies in town that are mowing. Like
I do love the smell.
I'm going to say 65 and older. They're mowing.
Yeah.
Now, Chestnut Gardens, corner of 19th and Chestnut, the new little duplex there, Premier Properties, Steinkamp's deal there. They mowed. Like they have had someone mow. Look sharp.
Yeah.
No onions though.
Well,
They
they
treat it
yeah.
so they don't have to
Oh.
deal with that shit. So it's big, tall, full
healthy
fescue
grass.
glass.
Well, that's the secret about Big Lawn. You know, Big Lawn wants you to pour the chemicals to it
Mm-hmm.
because
gotta
then
mow
Big
more.
Lawn also is part of Big Mower,
Yeah.
and it's just a vicious cycle.
Big mower is part of Big Petro.
Yeah. Big
Oh,
Petro is
the
part
whole
of
school. Big Steel.
yeah. And then next thing you know, you've got a hell of an organization there.
But no, I'm not mowing yet. No, I'm not going to mow until probably we get back from vacation.
In June?
No, we're not going to vacation in June.
I
No.
thought that was May.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when is the Final Four? That's in April, right?
next week. Because
Okay,
this week
now we
is
shouldn't
Sweet
have any
16 and
freezing.
Elite 8.
After Final Four.
Math checks out based on advanced weather days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so probably 3 weeks till I'm mowing. I'll mow before I go to vacation if neighbor Doug hasn't mowed yet. Because if I go to vacation, by the time I get back, he will have definitely mowed.
Neighbor Doug's for sure going to be like, "Oh, Dave, don't worry about it. I'm not going to mow." And then he's going to be out
I'll
there.
be in the truck pulling down the drive.
He's going to have that. He's going to have that some bitch striped, greener than green can be. Somebody's going to be out there treating it just so he can mow it again, just so you look like a bum on the block.
Now, neighbor Love acquired himself a mower.
Yeah, he did.
That is really piqued my interest.
Oh, do tell.
It's a 4-wheel drive, all-wheel steer. It's all hydraulic deal. Got a cab on it. It's got a swinging seat. So if you're like on a steep incline on the side,
Yeah.
you are still
I think that
vertical
would
the
mess
world.
with you once you've had a fair amount of beers.
I don't think so. I think it would make it better because you would never know. You would never be off kilter. Now it's got a cab on it. Not a cab. It's hooded
Mm-hmm.
canopy.
Yeah.
The seat
90
literally swings. It's up.
90.
You could be mowing.
Deck.
You could be mowing on a bank like that, and your seat would swing to where it would level itself.
You don't got to
So
do
you
the
would
kinda
lean
like a
over on one
kaleidoscope.
cheek thing.
Almost, you would never know that you bought it. He bought it from the airport
Yeah.
at an airport auction.
And I didn't know I needed such a thing.
It is neat.
It's cool as hell.
Yeah. It's steering wheel, 100% zero turning radius.
But this thing's a
Now, is it like a front deck or is the deck below?
belly mower.
Belly
But it's
mower.
90-inch cut.
Mid mount.
Mid mount. That's the word. I always like them front mounts that you see like on a lot of golf courses and stuff. But
yeah.
They're kind of a pain in the ass.
That's-
turn around and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Anywhere you're by a house trying to cut close and you got to or a fence and you got to whip it back around.
What about a deck when you got a loader bucket on the front?
Happened one time.
What about a gutter system when you got a loader bucket on?
yeah, that's
I
a
didn't
tough
hit
spot.
a gutter.
No, my wife did.
Oh,
Yeah.
She about raked the whole gutter off front of the house.
I was just trying to climb the hill and I accidentally stabbed the deck once. It's no big deal.
You're about in the pool, buddy. No, I actually, because I had for work today, we had a meeting in Indianapolis, 5+ hours in the car for an hour meeting. Math checks out.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh man.
When we have our quarterly gaming commission meetings, they're usually from about 11 to 12:15. And I completely forgot about Indianapolis being a host site
Oh,
until I get to
yeah.
until I get to Lucas Oil, and I saw the signs for Purdue, Houston,
Sweet 16.
and I was like, oh, but that game doesn't start till 10:30, so they're not going to be. But I think Houston was staying there at the Westin because I parked there in that parking garage.
Hey,
but
by the way, who won that game?
which game?
Houston, Purdue.
I don't know.
I didn't either. When did they play it?
I think tonight at like 10:30.
Tonight at
Yeah.
10:30?
Yeah, they had a
Oh.
late one.
Wow.
Still going on.
I think, unless they're playing tomorrow. Well, no, because all the Sweet Six. Well, no, they may play tomorrow.
I don't have a clue.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought
I
you
think
meant
they
like
played.
10:30 today.
No, it was in the evening. So, but you drive up there for the meetings and then drive right back. So it's a lot of windshield time.
Right.
But I got home like 3:30 ish,
About the same time.
and I thought about, because around my house there's a nice green patch that we planted really good, and I'm trying to get grass to grow on the rest of it, and it's starting to get a little tall because it's pretty thick. And I thought about it, and then I was like,
No way.
no way,
I thought about it too.
not a chance. So
I thought about taking the old JD for a cruise and knocking the onions down, but I didn't.
because the only
Once you
people.
start, you can't stop.
Yeah, and the only people that see my yard are Papa Frank, and he probably does judgy, but he won't say it to me. You know,
Right.
He's a
a
good
good
man.
guy.
He's a good man, salt of the earth. My wife, we could have dirt out there, she not care. Me, obviously, look at my driveway. I don't care. I mean, the kids, the kids would probably be the strongest
Yeah.
critiques of it. The dogs like it when it gets a little tall. They like pooping in tall grass.
Eating it.
Sure.
Yeah, they do that. When I aerated, old Dum Dum was out there just chomping on those
Dog turds.
dirt clump turds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, but it's too early yet.
Few
Too
more
early.
weeks. Few
Yeah.
more weeks.
Hey, it is time. Our buddy Brado keeps sending them in, and I actually replied to the email that he always sends. I think he feels like it just falls on deaf ears, but we're always there, Brado. And Brado's 3 big things are brought to you by our friends over there at Merkley and Sons.
Public service announcement. If you're headed to the ball fields and they aren't utilizing Merkley burgers, don't protest or make a scene. We aren't that way. But the next time you head to the field, grab a couple of Merkley burgers from your private stock and ask the grill master to go ahead and make yours with quality burgers from Merkley and Sons, the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts.
All right, here we go. The happiest country, the world's happiest country has been announced, and for the 8th year in a row, it's Drum roll. Finland! Researchers credited the country's strong social support systems, high trust levels, and a less materialistic mindset. The U.S., on the other hand, received its lowest ranking ever. Well, this is depressing. Why do the Dutchmen believe we rank so low on the list?
Because everybody's so entitled, they're never going to be happy.
You think so?
Everything costs too much. Everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody's got TikTok. Everybody's got Instagram. Everybody's got Twitter.
How many MMFers got a job?
Not many.
In Finland, they don't have jobs?
No, here.
Oh.
Everybody wants all the shit, but nobody wants to, like,
Work for it.
lace up the boots.
I'll still say this. There ain't people storming the borders to get into Finland, but they are here. And as long as that still stands, and we're the best damn country to live in. So piss on Finland. The way I look at this is just one of those fake things made up by some research group.
Wanting
Bunch
people
of
to
fat-
go to Finland.
Bunch of fat cats in suits. Big tourism in Finland.
Now, don't girls walk around topless in Finland?
No.
No.
I thought
That's
that was-
Sweden.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Now, that could be a pretty happy place.
Amsterdam.
that's the Netherlands.
Red light district.
But these things, it's just a way for some companies to charge a bunch of money.
I
for
do
these.
like girls when they're topless.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Bullfighting in Mexico City to become a little less dangerous. The city's local Congress passed a bill that would bar bullfighters from using spades or swords to attack the animal and require the bull to have its horns covered to avoid injuries to the matadors.
Matador.
Making the bull cover its horns, swords taken away from the matadors. So what is the point? What are we trying to accomplish here? Make it make sense, Dutchman.
Toro.
The Toro lawnmower. I've seen some of like the bullfighting footage. It is
Gruesome.
gruesome.
A lot of blood.
And I'm not I'm not a PETA guy,
I hear you.
but
It's tradition.
and I get that part. That's why I'm conflicted.
That's their bull. That's that bull's legacy.
And that's where I'm at. You can't go, I don't know.
It's kind of like having 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
It's tough.
Because I'm with you. I don't like, definitely not a PETA guy, but like, I don't like to see a
The
critter
public
suffer.
the public mutilation of an animal.
It's more like, it seems like it could probably drag on pretty long. And
Oh
not be
yeah,
very,
that's 100%. That's what they
the
do.
whole
They
point.
fight the bull to the death. They stick those spades in their back until it's lost so much blood that it can no longer
But now
go.
I
and then
don't
they
know
get
what
up
they're
and
going to
slit-
do
they
if
cut
the
its
bull
throat.
has no defense and then the matador has no weapons. Like, what are we doing here? We just
It's
kinda like
going to
flag
go on
football.
for a week.
Flag football. Are they
I
giving
feel like
like
you took the honor away from everybody.
I don't know though. Even though them bulls' horns are covered, if you catch one of them to the crotch, that somebody's going to send you to space.
it's
Man,
gonna
you
hurt?
remember that guy that fell off the fence and got like one rammed up his ass down there?
Oh,
That's a
I
lot
mean,
of
I
damage.
assume that's what happened, but he got like lifted up off the fence and it'd be terrible.
Yeah, I don't know.
The old wrought iron enema.
Was it Mexico City or somewhere in Spain where they actually they suspended bullfighting?
That was the running of the bulls, wasn't it?
No, that's in Pamplona. But I think it might have been Mexico City.
Where?
They had done Pamplona, Spain. I think that's it. I don't know. I get the tradition aspect of it, but when you really watch it and see what it's about, you're like, no animal deserves that.
Tough.
It is tough. Good thing.
We throw lobsters in the tank live. Do you eat lobster?
No, actually don't.
I love
Janelle and I just had this conversation today during dinner,
Really?
like about lobster tail, the price for them, and
It's
like what
crazy.
you get. Not a fan.
No.
That's like crab legs. People love crab legs. That's cool.
The juice
All on
is
it?
not worth the squeeze.
Exactly. That's a lot of freaking work to get a little crab meat. I'll go down to the local grocer, buy that fake.
Get you some of them
Crab meat
Merkley
salad?
Franks. There ain't no work for those. Heat them up, eat them glorious glizzies.
Ooh, yeah.
I can't wait to get home. I'll
Okay.
probably snap about 50 of them.
Cutting back on snacks. More Americans are cutting back on snacks like chips, pretzels, and cookies, but not for health reasons. Why then? Rising prices. Over the last 4 years, for example, the price of chips has surged by nearly 30%. The sharp increase is driving many consumers to cut back on non-essentials like snack foods, according to market research firm NIQ. So what are the Dutchman's favorite in-between meal snack foods? I love me some peanut butter M&Ms.
Big
I-
fan of cottage cheese.
You fucking nerd.
Don't you put like jelly on it too?
Time to time.
I went to Casey's General Store today
Those are tough to go to anymore.
to get a snack. And I got a bag of Ruffles. All it just says is Ruffles queso. And like most of the label is in Spanish. It's like a blue and green bag. And they are good. Like I don't know what the mixture of flavors are, but they are solid. And it was just a little grab bag, like just a normal ass little grab bag of chips, and they were $4.29.
Now, my favorite
$4.29 for a little snack bag.
Yeah.
I'd probably flip off a none for some all dressed chips. I love all dressed.
That's from
chips.
Canada, right?
Yeah, they're good. It's like a salt and vinegar and ketchup and good gravy.
I
They're
don't know if I've ever had them.
buddy. Don't, or else you'll never stop having them.
All dressed chips.
All dressed. It's like a barbecue, but way better. I can't explain it other than heaven.
My snacking situational when it comes to things. I've tried to cut down on a lot of it as we're, working for, because, as we get into April, my annual physical with local hero and a friend of the program, Doc Flamian, who doesn't claim us, but we claim him.
That's right.
I want to be good there for him.
Sure.
But I cottage cheese, cheese sticks. Like I've been doing more of that than like going to like
Man, you
chips.
put some shredded cheese in a tortilla, and you put that in the microwave, and then put some sour cream and hot sauce on there, make a little cheese roll up.
I've been eating the hell on nuts.
Yeah. Well, we had
Almonds.
cashews.
No. Almonds, peanuts,
Peanuts.
stuff like that.
Yeah, there we go. We got some
Big
peanuts
old
there.
dish of peanuts.
Now we've seen Brado. I mean, does he have like one or two peanut butter M&Ms? Because
Got to be at least
I don't know what his BMI is, but I bet it ain't as high as
negative. It's negative.
it has to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's an animal.
Guy's gonna live forever. All right, Brado. Thanks, buddy. And of course, thank you to Merkley and Sons. We appreciate their support. Unfortunately, friends, this Friday has come to an end, and we're gonna go around the table for some final thoughts.
Outdoor parties, graduation parties, and other events are upon us. Jumping Jacks Entertainment is your go-to source to take a ho-hum party to the next level. Whether you need tents, tables, chairs, or a bounce house, Jumping Jacks has you covered. Simple process. Head to their website, jumpingjacksentertainment.com, and see everything they got. You won't be disappointed.
All right, Smoke Dragon.
Well, you know what? Spring's almost here, so knock the dust off of them smiles of yours. We can get past them winter blues, I think, coming real soon. So get outside, enjoy the sunlight, leave the TV off, turn the radio on, and, dig it.
Big fella.
Yeah. Whoa.
Easy.
I'm losing my microphonio here. I don't know. I can't wait for sunshine. I think that's what I need. I need sunshine. I need some fishing. I need some lawn chairs sitting. I need some exercise, some mowing, some stuff like that. And I need this house projects to get done so I can get out and quit worrying about it. And I think that's what I need. And I'm ready to grill, and I'm ready to just socialize and enjoy weather. That's what I'm ready for.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
Keep your stick on the ice. Stay positive.
Nothing. Things have been good lately. I think, some people go to a therapist to talk about their problems or work things out or whatever. Mine is coaching. And I've, getting out, coaching, I love it. I know it takes time away from other things. I'm cognizant of that. I try to make up for that time. But if you're out there in Wonderland and your kid's participating in a sport and you're nervous or apprehensive of it, one of the coolest things you can do is coach and be with your kids when you do it. Now, I'm not coaching my kids yet, and if I'm still there someday, I'll love it, of course. But, like coaching Zoe's soccer team. I'm not like, team highlighters. Shout out to our girl, Kayla. We mentioned Blake earlier, so we'll bring her in on that too. But like we had fun with it, and it's fun. The kids have fun. But volunteer to coach It'll give you a lot of perspective on things. And it also, I think it helps you understand your kids as friends and their situations. And I think the biggest thing is being a positive role model for kids that maybe don't have it or they're missing it. And you hope that little bit of time you spend with them, like for us, we get them as 7th graders and 8th graders, that, they can look back and be, fond memories of at least there was somebody in my childhood that gave a shit.
Right.
But it just is. It's good. We're in a good spot right now. But, that could all change in a hurry. Could change by next week. But you know what, fellas? That's next week's problem.
Amen.
Hell yeah.
Take us out.
Dutchman out.